Hi technical writing students, welcome to lesson 4 about how to write business letters. Before I get started talking about how to write the actual letters, I wanted to discuss with you the importance of reading the instructions for every assignment before you tackle that assignment. Some of you are losing easy points because you haven't read instructions thoroughly or done things as the book has asked you to do. So please read all instructions thoroughly before you go ahead and take on an assignment so that you can get all the points possible. Business letters. Why do we write them in the age of the internet? Well, first of all, they represent your company's public image and your competence as a business person. Letters are more formal than memos, emails, or other forms of electronic communication. They constitute an official legal record of an agreement. Unlike emails, letters most often must be approved by various people before being sent. Therefore, they're more likely to be accurate than an email or a memo, which can be composed on your personal computer and sent very quickly. Letters are more permanent. They are the official and expected medium through which important documents are sent to readers in the business world. They're the most formal and approved way to conduct business internationally, and a hard copy letter is confidential. More confidential than an email. It's less likely to be forwarded to unintended reader as an email could possibly be. How to write a letter, the different parts of a letter. The first part of a letter is the heading. This may either be your company's letterhead or just a full return address for your company. Next, and everything needs to be left aligned in these letters. Please do not indent in business writing. If you keep everything left aligned and put a space between each paragraph or each different part of the letter, it will look just fine. It actually looks a lot better than indenting, so don't indent. The date line comes next. Spell out the month in full and write the numbers as numerals. For example, today is September 22, 2014. The next thing that comes is the inside address. That is the address of the recipient of your letter. Always placed at the left margin, again like everything else, 2 lines below the date line. Know the information for this address. It's very important that you get this information correct so as not to offend the recipient of the letter and to make yourself look less professional. The next thing is the salutation. This is where you say, "Dear so-and-so," their courtesy title. If you know their name, put the title in front of it. So if you were writing to me, you would say, "Dear Miss Warnke," for example. Never use a comma for a formal letter. In emails, it's totally fine. In a formal letter, you need to use a colon, which is, to remind you, the 2 dots. Okay? If you're uncertain of the gender of the person, simply use the person's full name. So if you didn't know that I was a female, as Leslie is an ambiguous name, you could write, "Dear Leslie Warnke," colon. Okay? The next part is the body. This is the part that contains the message of your email. Left align all those paragraphs again. Do not indent. Space between each paragraph, just like for every other element of your letter. The last thing, second to last thing, is the complimentary close. You're going to write either "Sincerely," "Regards," or "Respectfully yours." Make sure the first letter of each of those things, no matter what you choose, is capitalized. Make sure it's left aligned, unlike a friendly letter, and make sure that you put a comma after it. After that, you're going to want to space down quite a few times and write your name. If you were to print this and actually send a letter, you would sign your name between that complimentary close and your printed name. Then if you have anything else in your enclosure, you also need to include that information. For more information about other little parts of letters, see page 102 in your book. Be sure to read pages 95 through 111 and pages 117 through 124 in Chapter 4 for more information and examples of business letters. Your assignment this week, assignments, are to create a business envelope, to create an inquiry letter. The information for the inquiry letter can be found on page 145. It is number 5. And also a letter of complaint. Information for how to do that is on page 146, and that is number 11. You have 2 weeks to complete this assignment. Best of luck. Email me with any questions. Have a great 2 weeks.